We're going to look at the Hollowfast hollowing system, and this is an articulated arm hollowing system, and one of the major features of this system is its ease of setup. We've designed this so that it fits into the Morris taper of your tailstock, and we have a bracket that goes between the ways of the bed. The idea here is that the Morris taper automatically aligns you on center with the lathe. The bracket automatically gets us perpendicular to the bed of the lathe so that we know that it's already aligned. The only other thing we have to do then is adjust the height of the tool rest so that the cutter is on center. And that's all that is necessary. This is now set up. One other thing that we would do, we have this safety chain. And what the idea here of the safety chain is that it simply goes on so that we can bring tension up against the piece in here, the Morris taper piece, so that, and we just need light tension. It doesn't need a great deal of force on it at all. That's just to hold this in place so that if it would vibrate loose, it's not going to fall out, which could lead to an accident. We're going to look at some of the other features of our system. One thing that we've done is we have this pin which actually holds the boring bar in place. And so by pulling the pin, I can remove the boring bar. Makes it really simple to change the boring bar if you choose with different cutters, so you can quickly interchange those. But the receiver is 3/4 inch, so if you have other boring bars, you can use them on this system. We also have 2 set screws to hold boring bars in that wouldn't be drilled for the pin. Now the reason for the pin is twofold. One, it's simple and fast. The other is that it automatically orients our boring bar so that we know it's not rotated and our cutter is exactly at 90 degrees. For most of the turning, that's where we want it. If you choose to do something special, you can rotate the boring bar simply by pulling the pin and using the set screws. Now, we also have a laser system, and our laser system, quite simply, threads in to the receiver. And again, by doing this, we have now assured that our support is perpendicular, and we've used a square bar for the beam to hold the laser. That means that we've got everything oriented again perpendicular so that we know the laser isn't at an angle which can cause variations in wall thickness on various diameters of a piece. This laser is very easy to adjust. We have a lock here to pivot it in and out, and we have the lock up here to move the beam forward or back. Using this system, we have an independent laser light here with a battery pack at the far end. The battery pack puts the weight back here, which helps to balance this. With this triangular support, we've all but eliminated vibration in this system. The laser light remains very still during the turning, and the battery pack back here, again, balances things and increases the life of the laser so that the battery isn't above it and the vibration shortening the life of the laser. So that's our system. Again, very easy to set up and very, very consistent in use. We're going to look now at another advantage of our system, and that is that if you have a small lathe, one of the mini or midi lathes, our system will work on it with a post mount instead of a tailstock mount. So in this case, we simply remove the tailstock from the machine and we replace that with this post mount. Now I'm going to slide it off to show you how easy this is to set the whole thing up. It simply comes to the lathe as a unit, we slide it in, and as we bring it on, I just have to get the plate lined up here, and it slides in between, comes up, I lock this in place, and the system is set up. Now the only other thing I have to do again is set the tool rest so that when the cutter comes in contact with the wood, it is on center. That's all there is to it. Set the tool rest height, put this in. Now another advantage when we have a post mount is that because this can rotate fully now with no tailstock in the way, it allows us to bring the boring bar back nearly the full length of the lathe, which allows us to do actually deeper than we could with this system, but we're not restricted at all with this. We would recommend that you only try to turn up to about 9 inches deep using this because of the articulating arm. That's about as deep as you can plan on going, but that's quite a large hollow vessel. So this allows you to do that, again, on a mini or a midi lathe. I'm going to take a look now at some fine adjustments that we can make and at some of the accessories that we have for the system. First of all, we need to get that laser set up so that you can set the wall thickness quickly and easily. So if you just take a light colored card and place it on the tool rest, the boring bar will hold it in place for you so that your hands are free, so that you can make the adjustments to move the beam in or out and back and forth. So it makes it very, very simple to set. If you have to move the cutter to get up under the shoulder of a vessel, again, it makes it real easy to just stop, pull it out, make the adjustment for the light, and go right on turning. So it's a very quick and easy way to do that. Now I want to look at what comes with this supplied with your system. You get one high-speed steel cutter. Now the advantage of this cutter is that you sharpen it yourself. So if you want to change the shape on the end for anything special or do something that you want, it's very easy to regrind that and shape it. Of course, the disadvantage is if we're hollowing larger pieces, it needs to be sharpened several times during that process. That's just one of those things that is the nature of high-speed steel. So with our system, we also supply it with this scraper. What this is a carbide insert scraper. So it's solid carbide, holds an edge for a long, long time, and with it you simply randomly rotate the cutter so that you can use all the cutting edge. When it fully gets dull all the way around, then you simply take it off and put a new insert on. No sharpening required. Makes it very fast, very convenient for hollowing larger pieces. Then we also have, as an accessory that you can purchase, a shear cutter. And this shear cutter, again, is solid carbide. And with it, most people like to use it for those final few passes to make the inside very, very smooth so that you can not have to do too much sanding on the inside. That's the big advantage of these shear cutters. So we do have those available as well. We've taken a look here at our entire system. It's available both for the larger lathes with longer beds. It's also available for the small lathes with shorter beds. You can buy it for either one or for both. So the system is very versatile. The way we've set everything up is to make this as simple as we could for the setup, so that you can have fun turning and spend your time doing what you want instead of your time setting things up and getting it right. We've tried to make it really, really easy for that to happen.